Hello and welcome. This reading is for the parents, guardians, grandparents, anybody tasked with the tasked with taking care of the Sagittarius child. This is for the month of March. I'm so happy that you are here. Please know that my readings are not gender specific. You will hear me say he, she, they sporadically. However, please adjust to what best resonates for you and your household. Yes. And please, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It very much helps my channel, and I very much appreciate you for doing it. Okay, I also want to acknowledge that I know that there are different age ranges here, so don't worry if you're not sure what age you should be here for. Some of you are here for itty bitties, others of you are here for teenagers, and others of you are here for everything in between. And I'm sure there are a handful of you that are here for adults, even though it says child tarot, but you know, it's all good. Let's start. So the first three cards here are from the perspective of your child, your Sagittarius child, for the month of March. And this fourth card here is a separate advice card. And sometimes this card may be in relationship to the conflict your child is facing in March, but other times it may actually just be a separate advice card for you, the parent that's watching. Okay, so let's see how this unfolds for you. The first position here is how your Sagittarius child is experiencing the month of March. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. I love this little card. Aren't these just adorable? Look how cute. See these little guys? This is a family in harmony and joy. So your little Sagittarius is experiencing lots of fun within the household. Your little Sagittarius is observing that the adults that he or she lives with are getting along fine and things are good. Remember, this is from the child's perspective, okay? So yeah, you may have had a little spat or a little argument or a little disagreement with your honey, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how the child is, observing or taking things in. They just see good things here in March. And this could be also visiting family or other family members visiting you. So cousins, aunts, grandparents. So overall, the energy that Sagittarius is experiencing in March is pretty happy. Sometimes this card also comes up when there's some traveling involved within the family unit, or I should say the family unit traveling somewhere. So when I say happiness within the home, it doesn't literally mean the edifice that you live in. It's just happiness within your unit, your family unit. Okay, it can be in the home, but most importantly, it's the unit of the family that's having harmony and loveliness, and your Sagittarius is experiencing it this way. Awesome. What a great way to start. Okay, and the conflict or potential challenge that your Sagittarius may potentially be facing here in March. The Two of Cups. Okay, so this could be, it's interesting. Like, this is actually a very lovely card, but it's in the conflict position. So let's inspect this a little bit and see. There are a couple of ways this can roll out, right? So one way is that, if it's seen in a conflict, there could be a situation here that maybe the relationship of the adults is so darn good that perhaps your little one maybe is feeling a little lost in that relationship, or maybe there's some kind of celebration between two people that's happening, literally, quite literally a wedding, because the Four of Wands can also be a wedding or someone's vow renewal or celebration. So perhaps there's some busyness in someone's household here watching, preparing for some kind of wedding or celebration, or some kind of commitment thing, ceremony, that's maybe overshadowing or taking away a little bit of attention from your little one, or perhaps there's just a lot of energy, a lot of visitors in and out of, I know that's kind of weird to say considering we're in the middle of a pandemic and a lot of celebrations aren't able to be had, but this really depends on where you are in terms of the part of the world that you are in, right? In terms of lockdowns and whatnot. So this could be something that's maybe a little overshadowing your little one, and maybe Or it can also mean that one of the parents has a new relationship and they're trying to adjust to it. So perhaps that's why this happiness, see, it's like really matching energy here, right? It's like, it's almost like it's the same energy going on. So there's some loveliness, perhaps a new relationship for other little Sagittarians, in the sense that, you know, a parent is now marrying, or now there's a new step parent, or a new boyfriend or girlfriend or partner, whatever it may be for you. And so it can cause a little bit of a conflict for your little one, because there's a transition period, right? It needs to get used to that. There's a acclimating that needs to happen, and that can cause a little bit of a hiccup, but it's not anything negative. It's just part of the transition. That's it. Okay, so let's see. This card here will tell us what your Sagittarius child needs most from you during the month of March. Now, one thing I want to preface this before, what I want to say is that this may not necessarily be what your child wants from you, but it's definitely what they need from you here in the month of March. And the Queen of Wands, this is so adorable, but also like really bratty looking, right? Like, look at that little face. Super cute. I love this deck. So the Queen of Wands is about self-expression, right? See that little Lioness symbol there? It's about creativity. It's about play. It's about self-expression. It's about love. So I'm getting that there's something here, although your child is experiencing harmony and whatever this is, he's also maybe feeling a little left out and needs to feel like maybe the center of attention a little bit. Because this is about wanting to shine, wanting to be creative, wanting to express, wanting to play, wanting to be loved, right? So if this is what your little one needs most from you, perhaps in the midst of your planning, just, take some time out to just really let your little one know how special he or she is, regardless of the changes that are happening in your household dynamic. Because some of you are, there's an addition to your family. So either there's a new partner, maybe a new sibling, maybe a new neighbor, a new couple moving in next door with a child of their own. There's something new here that involves a union with someone else that can potentially be making them feel like a little outside of it, like a little outsider. Not that you're not paying attention to him or her, but just, not the usual attention that you may exude towards your little Sagittarius. So there's a need here to reassure and allow them the space also to be creative and play and love and be free, because this is a very independent card also. Another thing that could be happening here is that there's a lot of activity in the home right now, to maybe too many people, and Sagittarius is not being allowed time or space for themselves. That's something else that's very, very, very highly possible here. And that's why this is the conflict. That's why this coming together of all these people could potentially be causing the conflict, because they're not able to have their alone time. So if that is happening in your household, that would apply here, like allowing them to be their own independent person, giving them their space, allowing them to play and express in the way that they need to, because that's really what this card is about, or this position, I should say. It's about facilitating a need that your child has. Okay, so let's move on here to the advice for you, the parent. Yes, beautiful. So the Hangman is about seeing things in a completely different perspective. And usually this happens when there is a shift in family dynamic, whether there's an addition, a new person coming in. So what ends up happening is life as you knew it when you were standing upright or prior, is different. It's changed. Now we've had to change the way we look at things. We have to change our routines and our perspectives, because things are different now with this new addition, right? But it's also about having patience when teaching this new perspective or allowing others to catch up, because you may be caught up in this new energy already, but perhaps your little one is not caught up yet. And so it's about having the patience and pausing to allow others to catch up. And in this case, it's your little one that needs to be allowed the space for him or her to catch up to the new normal. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff happening in your household. I want to know about this. What's going on? Please share. I'm very, very interested. But nevertheless, the hangman brings expansion. You see how there's like light at the crown chakra there coming in, because, sometimes we need to change things up to expand and grow. And that's the ultimate goal here of the hangman. There is expansion. It's a very spiritual card. And it is about doing things differently so that growth and expansion take place. And that's something that's going to benefit everyone, including your little Sagittarius that needs to express here in his and her own little energy. I hope that was helpful for someone and that you find some guidance through the reading. I want to pull one last card. This card I'm about to pull is not necessarily, it's not tarot or oracle. It's just this fun little deck. And what I want to do is ask what the family unit, not just your Sagittarius and not just you, but what does the family need to do together? And you got this card, the vision card, which is yummy. Look how delicious and beautiful that is. So this is the advice from Spirit on what would be great for the entire family to do together during the month of March. And it's called vision. So this can literally be about getting together, getting your new addition, your new person, your little Sagittarius, or whatever it is, whatever this new dynamic is, getting everyone together in March and visioning together, like maybe talking about where do you want to go, move forward now as a family unit? Like, what are your goals now together? See, because now this is, and it feels very much like, this very much feels like the hangman to me. There's some spirituality element to this. There's something very beautiful about this new addition for you, or this shift in your family dynamic that's allowing to grow from the heart space, but also spiritually in a way that perhaps you yourself haven't experienced in a while or ever. And it's opening the heart and the third eye chakra for your entire family. So Spirit is saying to take some time, gather everyone up, maybe have a little meeting, family meeting in the living room, or go somewhere and maybe do vision boards together. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Put some vision boards together about like what you want to do together now, this new family unit, how you want to move forward in life and what dreams you want to dream up, or talk about them, or draw about them, or write about them, journal together. The point here is to do this together as a family unit. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you back here in April. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. I greatly appreciate you. Bye.